Welcome back, Odooers. Today we're creating and selling physical booths for our in-person events. At Stealthywood, selling booths to exhibitors and sponsors is a big source of revenue. Booths also boost attendee engagement and give our exhibitors a physical place to showcase their brands. With Odoo Events, you can easily create, manage, and publish reservable booths. Exhibitors can also reserve booths on the website. Now, Stealthywood is hosting an interior design conference. We're expecting a great turnout, so let's jump into our database and create and sell some booths. So we're starting in the Events app. To begin, we're going to enable the required settings, so we're going to go to Configuration and Settings. So let's make sure that the booth management checkbox over here is checked off, and then select Save if it's your first time. This allows us to configure and publish reservable booths for any of our in-person events. Now let's create a booth for our conference. So to do that, go back to the Events dashboard over here, and then select your Openwood conference. So on our event form, notice that we have a booth smart button over here up at the top. We're going to click that. So this opens a Kanban overview that shows all our booths grouped by reservation status. We already have a few booths configured, but let's create a new one from scratch. So we're going to select New over here, and boom, we're on this booths form. So first, we need to enter a name inside of our name field. I'm going to enter booth A7 for this one. Boom, very nice. That makes its location easily identifiable for exhibitors when making a reservation. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how that works later in this video. So let's talk a bit about booth categories. So these represent pricing tiers. So when we enable the booth management feature, and we're going to click into here, you'll notice Odoo created these three booth categories at different prices. If we wanted, we can duplicate, modify, or even create new categories. If you want to learn more how, see our documentation linked under the video. Okay, so this booth is going to be a standard booth. So I'm going to select that from the drop down right there. Boom. So after selecting the booth category, the product over here and the price fields are automatically populated with the information configured on the booth category. That's pretty convenient. So next, we're going to specify the renter who is reserving the booth over here on our right. Now we can manually choose a contact in the renter field, which automatically populates the contact info, but Odoo automatically populates this info from the online rental form. We're going to reserve a booth through the website shortly, so let's leave these fields blank for now. And with that, we've created our booth. Lovely. Since we just created it, the status is available over here in the top right corner. When it gets booked, it's going to change over to unavailable. All right, now let's walk through how to reserve a booth on the website as an exhibitor. So first, go back to the event over here via the breadcrumbs, which today is Wonder Bread, because you're wonderful. And then we're going to open up our website for the event by selecting the nice little green smart button right there. Boom. Okay, so here we are on the website. So do you see this Become Exhibitor over here in the upper right? This is only visible because I enabled the setting. So let's actually click the edit button, and I'm going to show you where that is. Okay, once that we're inside of here, select style, and you can see that right there, the specific sub menu toggle. If this is enabled, it makes it easier for users to find options like tracks, exhibitors, or reserve booths. So once you have that enabled, hit save. We can just discard since we're not changing anything. All right, now on the event websites, visitors can click right there, become an exhibitor, to land on the Get a Booth page that we have right there. Boom. Exhibitors can select the booth category they want to purchase, and we have a few different ones right there. And then the available booths for that category appear under the location section down below. We can also check where this booth is located in the venue by clicking on this View Plan right there. In our case, we just configured booth A7 close to the entrance, so let's reserve that booth. So we're going to click away from there. Okay, so we're going to select standard booth right there. And next under location, select booth A7. And it's time to move forward. Now we're ready to confirm our booth reservation by clicking book my booth. Boom. There we go. So on the contact details page, enter a name. I'm going to change this a little bit, just to make it a little bit obvious who's reserving this. Okay. You're going to need a name, email, and phone number. Looks like the form was already filled and we made it even better. So then we're going to select go to payment. Okay, I'm going to confirm this order summary is correct. And then I'm going to click well, in this case, checkout. Then this takes us over here to our payment method page where we're going to enter our payment information. For this demo, we'll just pretend that we've entered an obviously real card number. And once that we're done with all of this and everything's successful, we're ready to make sure that everything looks good, including our billing address. Everything looks good. So in this case, we're going to select pay now. Boom, done. After we give this a little second or two and everything is being processed, would you look at that? We're over at our confirmation page where visitors can print the order receipt and add the event to their calendar. Let's go back and check our booth form by clicking on events at the very top left over here and selecting the Openwood conference. Now I'm noticing that something has changed over here. So let's click our booth smart button up at the top, and what do we see here? Would you look at that, Odooers? If we look at this here, booth A7, renter name Jose Ignacio, it's been booked and it's now unavailable, and our contact info populated the form. Amazing. And there you have it, Odooers. With Odoo Events, you can easily manage and create exhibitor booths for your in-person events, as well as allow your exhibitors to reserve their own booths on the website. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to see you in the next video.